morning, everybody.
Good morning, all right?
And welcome back to another episode of the Good News from Yurt Nation.
That's right. Got the good news out here in this good morning.
It's a perfect morning.
Man, it's nice.
It ain't chilly it is.
It's perfect.
It's just perfect.
Yeah. You know how we can never be satisfied, and the temperature especially. But today, it satisfies.
That's right.
And so this morning, we're going to talk about giants. You know, we use that as a reference as battles and things that we face in our life. And it, like a giant, it's our facing our giants. And matter of fact, I think there's a movie, ain't there?
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it. Have you?
I can't remember. Maybe I did years. It's an older movie now, and we know that in the Bible, if you've read it any at all, look at that sun, how that's doing that.
Baby.
We're trying to find a good
That
spot.
is so sweet.
I don't know if I like that. Maybe it'll change. But anyways, we in the Bible, we know that David was just a little bitty old shepherd boy, not very big and strong like his brothers and whatnot. And we read about that David killed Goliath story. He was a literal giant. Almost 12 foot tall, huge. And with God, see, that giant was took down. All the others was too afraid and didn't know what they were going to do, how they were going to battle this giant, because they knew that they would be destroyed. Well, we know the story that David got those little creek stones in his sling, what he used on a daily basis out there in the field protecting the flock. And with God's power and his courage, David's courage and the will to fight, sunk that daggum thing and killed him, So it's like, do you have a giant in your life? Not a literal giant, obviously. We're talking about these problems that we face, and it could be any kind of battle that we, title it with the giant that we're facing. But yeah, and I think if we don't have to think very long and hard on it, that we do have giants in our life, or had giants, and they're back here in the past behind us that we've knocked down.
That to me, it's so sweet to look back and know that God was with you.
Yes, helped us through.
Give you the strength. Because I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
Yeah, we would not be here sitting today if it wasn't for God helping us. Matter of fact, him taking the giants and crumbling them up and throwing them away. He destroyed them. We couldn't have done it on our own.
No.
That's what I'm telling you today. We could not have done that on our own. And you cannot either. You may think you can face this battle, this giant, but it's more powerful than we are. That's why we need and rely on that power from God, that he lovingly breaks out for us and uses for us. It says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Right, he takes care of battles, and he don't like it when battles and giants penetrate and disrupt and destroy his children, their lives.
Yeah.
So do you have a giant in your life? Let me know. Let us know in the comments if you have a giant in your life, and or your giants in your past life that you, with God, destroyed.
You knocked him down.
Yeah, so do you have a giant in your life, a problem bigger than you can possibly overcome in your own strength? Does it mock you in much the same way Goliath taunted Israel? Does it mock you? You know what I mean? Then take this truth to heart today. Listen to this. Giants are given by God to show His power in your life. And they are made to be vanquished. So vanquishing your giants is today. 1 Samuel 17:47 says, the battle is the Lord's, and He will give it, and He will give you into our hands. The battle is the Lord's, and He will give you into our hands. That's right. So when God is on your side, I don't care how big, how bad, and how strong, and how destroying these people and army can be, and these giants, it ain't nothing. No measure at all to God. You know, like in the fights, you know how fighters, they'll match up their age, kind of, not so much age actually, their weight class. And then, you know, you'll see this, and let's just say he's whatever size, and this other one's a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit longer reach, but they're in that same weight class, right? They're close enough for a matchup.
Yeah.
Well, these giants we face, they ain't no match to us. They can destroy us. But we know with God what lies within us and the power of God, that none of these giants, they become this. They become little ants. We become the giant because of God, His power and His strength.
Yeah.
And He will destroy it. They will be vanquished. So it says, you know, it had two questions there asking us, you know, a problem bigger than you can possibly overcome in your own strength? And does it mock you in much the same way Goliath taunted the army of Israel? So it's like, how do you do so? Well, first, confront that giant. Yeah, you can't fight something that you are running from.
Mm-mm.
Can you?
No.
And you can't even address it, or even start whatever if you can't face it. So first, confront that giant. David did not shrink from the challenge, but rose up to meet Goliath. He was so small that they tried to give him armor. But the armor from the other men, his brothers probably, that said, here, try mine on, you know, it was too heavy. He couldn't carry it. He couldn't do it. No victory is possible until you stop expecting defeat. Wow.
Say that again.
No victory is possible until you stop expecting defeat. So it's like the phrase, you're already beat before the game starts. You're already defeated. They got in your head. You know what I'm saying? That's what other fighters and or teams of football, basketball, baseball, so on, if they can get in your head, they got you. The more advantage is on them. So no victory is possible until you stop expecting this defeat. It's like, oh, I can't do this. This is something, oh my gosh. And see, you're already defeated. We've done that. We wouldn't even start something because we thought, no, it won't
do good,
or we won't be able to do it.
Yeah, we won't be able to do it.
And so we already took defeat without even, like talking about boxing a little bit, throwing the first punch. So we got to understand that there's no victory is possible until we stop expecting defeat. So don't be beat before we start.
No.
Second, realize your giant stands in opposition to the Lord. That's right. He stands on the opposite side of our God, your God that we serve, okay? He is in opposition. He is the enemy. So, right there ought to tell you something. God's going to take care of it, ain't He? Go.
He said he is.
Well, He did right here. We know with the story of David and Goliath. And, you know, He's throwing this in here. Goliath wasn't just David's adversary. Not just David's, no. Not just the Israel army, no. He was disparaging God's people. And therefore, the Lord himself. So these enemies, these giants, these enemies that's battling us and causing harm and hurt and just oppression, they're doing that to God too. And God, let me tell you something. You ain't going to get away with nothing with God. He's going to get you. He's going to take you down. He will destroy you. Look at the evidence we have throughout the Old Testament. When God said, we're going to take over this people and these armies or whatever, I don't care how little your army is. With him, he'll do it. So yeah, it ain't just our giant. It ain't just a certain people that's being oppressed giant. It's God himself's that he's doing that too. So it's God's giant that he's going to take care of. And he doesn't tolerate what opposes his will. Third, since your giant is God's enemy. You all right?
I'm okay.
Since your giant is God's enemy, the battle is his. So I was saying a few minutes ago, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I will take care of this, he says.
But we want it now.
Well, we can't battle it. We can't do it on our own.
Right.
So the battle is God's. We can't do it on our own. You can't. The devil, the enemy might even let you get a couple little licks in to make you think that you're gaining some ground, and then he's going to knock you plumb out. You know what I mean? So we got to first and foremost confront that giant. Second, realize that the giant stands in opposition to the Lord. And third, since your giant is God's enemy, the battle is his. So what do? We give it to him. We let God do this on our behalf because he loves you that much. It says, you won't win this with your resources. You must depend on his weaponry.
I'm sorry, excuse me, guys.
So you won't win with your own resources. Like I said, the enemy will even trick you to make you think, just to fight along with you for 2 or 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, this battle. To make you think that you're going to win. You're not going to win with your own resources. We must depend on God's weaponry. And that is what? The armor of God, his word, and the power of the Holy Spirit. There ain't no match. There ain't no match. So do not fear your giant. Do not, like it says up here, there's no victory is possible until we stop expecting defeat. So don't fear your giant. It is nothing for your mighty warrior. So trust him, and in his time and power, he will overcome your Goliath and give you the joy of victory.
That's right.
So we got to trust him. We got to be patient because it says trust him, and in his time and power, he will overcome your Goliath and give you the joy of victory. So guys, we're in a battle, ain't we? And we all are in individual battles as well. We all have those individual battles and giants that we think we're going to battle and fight. Well, we can battle and fight them, but you're not getting nowhere. You're not getting nowhere. But with God and knowing that, okay, this enemy's attacking me, that means that enemy's attacking my God. And he's well aware of it. He's well aware of it. So he's going to take care of this enemy for us in his time with his power.
And he's on time every time.
Right.
He wants us to just depend on him. and believe that. And remember, all those giants,
Oh my gosh.
they're
yeah.
knocked down because you know why? Because
Yeah.
the power and strength from God. That's how that happens.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So, man.
And we have to believe. We have to believe He's going to
Yeah.
take care of more giants
Yeah.
that we're head on with.
Yeah, because on our life journey, there's always that one that pops out of whatever it may be of. But
And it's like,
just know you're not by yourself.
no.
And you don't have to battle this thing because this is God's battle. Okay?
That's right.
That's right. That's a good thing that we need to understand. We're not in this alone. You are not alone. That's right. And the battle is His. Right?
And that's a lot of peace when you get to thinking about it.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like God's the motivator, I feel like.
Yeah, He's the motivator, but He's also in this situation, He's the victor, which makes us victorious as well.
And He's the I am.
So there we go, guys. We appreciate you watching. We're going to get out of here and get this uploaded for you guys, and we'll see you on the beautiful next one.
That's right.
So peace out. Love you all. Yeah.
And I just want to say, you guys, to please never give up. Always remember just how special you are and how much you are worth.
That's right.
And you have a beautiful purpose.
Yeah.
You do, you guys. I promise. So we'll see you on the beautiful next one. And have a good day. And always remember, love you guys. Whoa.
Yeah, whoa, you can't lean too far.
Whoa, guys.
All right, we'll see y'all.
You're
Yep.